Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Your old buddy Tim back with another video. And yes, it is that time of the month. It's the time to look at the market statistics for North Alabama, primarily Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur. Those are our four main metros that we take a look at every month. And the stats were just released, so I thought I would take a look. And we are following the national trend here. Our market has slowed down considerably. I think a lot of it has to do, as we always say, has to do with interest rates. Here it has to do with the time of year. This is traditionally slowest time of the year for those of us here in North Alabama. But in my opinion, it is still a great time to buy a home. And I don't say that just because I'm a realtor and I want you to buy a home. If you look at the overall situation, even with the rising interest rates, it's a good time to buy or sell. And here's why. Inventory. There is more inventory on the market now. We are still at a 20-year low in inventory. I think we got about a month and a half, 2 months worth of inventory in the MLS, which means if nothing else is entered for sale in the MLS, we run out of houses here in about a month and a half. So in that aspect, it is still a very tight market, still a seller's market to some degree. But on the other hand, now that things have slowed down, it is far less competitive here now than it was a few months ago. And we talk about this a lot, and not to beat a dead horse, but the market here in the last year has been super hot. We have so many folks relocating here for work, for school, for play, for retirement, that the existing inventory of homes simply could not keep up. We are at a 20-year low in inventory, meaning more buyers than available inventory. And of course, over the last year, with people moving here from other parts of the country, the low inventory market just drives competition through the roof. We are seeing a lot of homes go in one day, multiple offers, seeing a lot of offers over ask, a lot of cash offers. And if you were a traditional home buyer, it's been very difficult for you to get a deal here over the last year because you simply can't compete with someone who is offering all cash. So the market here slowing down means more opportunity for you, the traditional home buyer. Because there are, while the inventory is still limited, homes are not going as quickly, days on the market is longer. You have more opportunity now to get in, find a house, put in a fair offer, and actually win a deal. So from that aspect, it's a great time to buy a house. It's always a great time to sell here. Okay, now granted, the gravy train has run amok or run off in a ditch here. So if you're a seller, you cannot expect an exorbitant price for your home. You need to be prepared to get a fair price. So sellers are not seeing those big bonus checks coming off of their homes as they were. But again, it's still a great time to sell because we are at a really low inventory. Pricing is competitive. So doesn't matter if you're a buyer or a seller, great time to buy a house in North Alabama. So, all right, so I want to look at the market statistics as we do every month and get a handle on what has happened here in the last 30 days or so. Let me share my screen with you. And you'll have to excuse my voice. I've had this sinus thing from hell the last couple of weeks. And yeah, this is what you get. All right, so as we always do, we are looking at Huntsville, Madison, Athens, Decatur. We are looking at single-family homes in all price ranges. We are looking at previously owned homes. We'll take a look at new construction in just a minute. But, all right, so let's take a look. Well, following the trend of the country, we are seeing prices start to go down. And I know I keep saying this, I do not believe this is the bottom of the market falling out. I think we're just adjusting back to where prices should have been and would have been all along if it had not been for the cash frenzy here. So if we look at month of December, we ended the month, Huntsville, we are looking at the average sale price. Average sale price in Huntsville, $315,000, down a little bit from previous months. Madison still strong, $361,000. Athens, price is up a little bit in Athens at $318,000, and in Decatur, $234,000. So if we look at just the month, you can see that we did go down a little bit. All right. This number here, the percentage is an annualized rate, meaning that, let's take Madison, for example, says it's down 3.8%. That is from 12 months ago when the average sale price was $371. Prices are still pretty strong in Madison. You know, you've heard me preach the Madison sermon many times on this channel. Madison is the most desired suburb of Huntsville, primarily because of the school system. And that's why you see the Madison is the red line. It's been higher than anybody else. We had a peak here in September of 460. Well, now we are down. Do I expect this trend to continue going down? Not much. If it does, I think it's going to start flattening out. You can see here in Athens and Huntsville, kind of flatlined almost over the last month or so. Decatur has gone down a little, but Decatur is such an odd market because Decatur traditionally is older homes. We do have a lot of new construction going on in Decatur, a lot of flipping going on in Decatur. Not everybody can afford a brand new house. And so that market, as you can see, if you follow the trend line, since last year, really been up overall over the last year. We're going down a little bit. So I don't believe the market's going to continue doing this. I think we are, especially in Huntsville and Madison, Athens, we are starting to see prices kind of normalize out. And I think we're going to finally, as we get through January, we might be down a little bit in January. We're going to see things start to level out or go back up, I think, come February, because that's just what the market does here. So there you go. Those are the average home prices. Let's take a look at the median home price. Median simply meaning middle. You take high, low, whatever the number is in the middle. All right, we can see we're down in Madison. The median home price, $339,900. Athens, it is $287,000. Huntsville, $271,000, and Decatur, $219,000. So again, we're seeing a bit of a larger dip in city of Madison. And I think this is because the prices, if you look back here, prices were so inflated in city of Madison simply because the competition was so fierce, and that drove home prices up considerably more than they probably should have been. Am I saying that people overpaid here in the last year? Yeah, some people did. And they're going to find themselves upside down for just a little while, though, because honestly, I think a year from now, we'll be looking at these numbers, and we're going to be back in the range here where we were at the highest point over the last summer. All right, let's see how many new listings have come on the market. All right, so fewer listings on the market in December, but again, that can be seasonal to a degree. So everything always slows down this month. But look at Huntsville, man. You talk about a roller coaster ride over the last couple of years. I mean, this went from, look at there, December of 21 through April of 22 was just a straight line up. And then it bounced a little bit, came back, and now it's really down. So, you know, you look at Huntsville and they're saying, okay, there's only 150 new listings. And again, I think a lot of that has to do with the time of the year. You also have to remember that this past year here, a lot of sellers were watching the market very closely, and they said, hey, now's the time to sell. Now is the time to sell. In this time period here, these folks got more money for their house than they probably ever thought possible. So again, when we see these numbers coming down, it's not a bottoming out. It's not a floor, crashing through the floor. I think it's just numbers getting back to where they should have been in the first place. Looking at the number of homes sold in the last month, 315 in Huntsville, 120 Madison, 112 Decatur, 83. So the market here, we're still closing houses. Not closing as many, but again, it's really hard to judge numbers by December numbers. It really is. So, all right, so let's see. Days on the market is something that we always keep a watch on, because days on market, meaning how many days does a home sale on the market stay on the market from the time it's put on the market to the time it's taken off. Over here, look back here in the summer, 3 days on the market, 4 days on the market. Insane. We were seeing houses going before they were even on the market. So you can see Decatur spiked way up in November and back down to 15 here. And again, a lot of that has to do with, I think, the inventory in the city of Decatur. It's just kind of an odd market. Days on market in Athens shot way up, Huntsville up, Madison up, but still 15 days on the market, 10 days on the market, 23. Those are not, that's not a lot of time. You know, I remember it wasn't that long ago that 60 days on market was average, 75 days on market. So not too much. Looking at months supply, this shows you we are still in very short supply. Still at the 20-year low, a month and a half in Huntsville, 1.2 months in Madison, 2 in Athens, 1.3. That means, again, if nothing else went in the MLS, from today on, it would, in about a month and a half to 2 months, there would be no homes in the MLS. This is a seller's market. When you see numbers like this, it is a seller's market. It will typically flip to a buyer's market once we see month's supply hit about 6 months. All right, so I think that's all we really want to do. Let's look at price per square foot. Price per square foot is really how we price a home. Okay, that's how we come up with that number. We take the number of square feet, heated and cooled space. We look at the comps to see what prior houses or current houses on the market are going for per square foot. And that's how we price houses out. So square feet price went down just a little from $154, or actually $167 to $163, up a little bit in Athens, down a little bit. So what this tells me is prices are actually holding. All right, we're seeing a lot of average and median sale price homes going down, but the price per square foot is kind of holding steady. So that's actually a good sign for the market. So, all right, so those are the numbers for previously owned homes. Let's take a look now at new construction. So let me just go to new, never occupied. All right, so let's go back over here to sale price. We'll start off by looking at the average sale price. This is new construction homes on the market. Now, here's the thing to remember about new construction. It could be in the MLS for, you know, months and months, because what builders will typically do is as soon as they've got a lot ready, they will put that in the MLS. All right. Now, what happens is prices are going to do this for new construction as they are, as building progresses. So it's a little difficult to read these numbers a little bit, but if you keep that in mind, that the pricing for new construction is somewhat fluid from the time ground is broken to the time it's sold, it will explain that. So let's just look at the average sale price of new construction in Madison. Big jump here from $418 up to $540. What's happening on the west side of Madison, County Line Road, there's all that land in Limestone County that has been annexed into the city of Madison that is now new construction. And there are some high dollar houses going on there. Madison also now encompasses a lot of neighborhoods, South Madison down Zert Road. You've heard me mention Zert Road. A lot of new construction going on there. So I think that's why we're seeing such a rise in the average sale price of new construction in the city of Madison. Huntsville was up a little bit. Athens pretty much flatlined, Decatur down. Look at this. This is insane. Look at this. Back in February of 22, the average home sale price, new construction in Decatur did that. I think that's a glitch. I really do. There is absolutely no way to explain why the average sale price of new construction in Decatur would go up by what, $400,000? Sometimes you got to take these numbers with a grain of salt. But yeah, just looking over here, we're seeing that it's holding steady. A lot of newer, higher priced houses in the city of Madison. So let's look at the median sale price. Again, the numbers are pretty much indicative of what the average sale price is. We went from $365 up to $547 in the city of Madison. And again, I think a lot of that has to do with the prices of new homes going on the market out there. If we look at the number of new listings, now this is really interesting because the prices held firm, but the number of new listings hitting the market in December of new construction was actually down. And again, I think a lot of this can be attributed to the time of year, what's going on here in the market, that sort of thing. But really interesting, Huntsville went from 24 to 9, all the way down. Now, it may be at the end of the year, a lot of builders dump their inventory. And by that I mean they really deep discount the price to get it out the door, to get it off the books. So that could be part of that as well. All right, homes for sale. You can see this is new construction, homes for sale. Number went down really across the board in the month of December. All right, and then we look at pending home sales. Pending home sales, I mean, these are still good numbers. They went down here in November and started to trend back up. So there you go, guys. That is a snapshot of the market just to kind of sum up everything that we've talked about. You know, the market here, we are in our slow season. We are December, January, so things have slowed down. Even if the interest rates hadn't blown up, you would have seen a slowdown this month. But the market here is still very strong. Again, it's a great time to buy, even with the high interest rates. One of the things that you can do is you can ask for the seller to pay part of your closing costs. There are a lot of lenders now that have these programs that will allow you to buy down points to get down to a more reasonable rate. A lot of things you can do. You need to just talk to your lender and ask, hey, what are my options right now as far as getting that 7% interest rate down to a 5 or somewhere in that neighborhood where we can make a deal on a home now. Because again, this is a great time to buy and sell if you are here in North Alabama. So, all right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Hope it didn't bore you too much. Market here is still strong, but like everywhere else in the country, things have kind of slowed down, but that is a good thing for a lot of you buyers and sellers, buyers especially. All right. Hey, guys, if we can help you in any way, if you are thinking about moving to North Alabama, we work with a lot of relocation folks. If you are already here and you would like the help of the fastest growing little independent brokerage in town, that is us, Revolved Realty, 4 agents. I can't keep up. We've got a lot of agents now ready to go to work for you here in North Alabama. All right, guys, hope that was helpful, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.